1,
Hi, Mum.
Hello, how's your holiday?
Great. It's incredibly hot. About 35 degrees every day.
And what have you been doing?
Most of the time has been taken up with taking photos and exploring. There's one place where you can climb up and walk along a narrow pathway. I don't know how they built it up there. It was amazing and much quieter than down at ground level. There were birds and a few animals up there in the highest branches, but no insects, which was a pleasant relief.
Have you been swimming?
No, we went on a boat trip and really wanted to cool off in the water, but we were warned that it wouldn't be safe. For one thing, the river currents are very dangerous, and for another, there are some strange creatures which live beneath the surface. I must go, Mum. Speak soon.
2,
I went to an exhibition of sculptures last Saturday. I usually find modern art quite dull, but I'm glad I went. The title of the exhibition was Man's Place in the Modern World. Most of the sculptures showed a pessimistic view of man's effect on the planet. It really made me aware of the dangers of war, climate change, pollution and things like that. I had never seen anything like it and was sure that this was a completely original idea. However, my friend told me about some similar sculptures from a different exhibition 10 years ago, and when I saw them on the internet, it was obvious that the sculptures here had been heavily influenced by them. Still, they were new for me because I don't go to many exhibitions.
3,
I'm quite aware of the pessimistic nature of recent statistics about British people's reading habits. The routine of reading something daily is in decline, as we've somehow started thinking of it as an unattractive pastime. It may be due to the fact that we have too many other options available when it comes to spending our free time. But I remain an optimist on this, so I would like to tell you about an interesting project that has been organised where I live. It's an initiative which proves that there are still people who believe that promoting reading is something worthwhile, and it involves turning the traditional British telephone box into a small library. Micro-libraries set up in telephone boxes first appeared in response to the threats which faced public libraries. The latter were usually related to fewer borrowers, as well as the fact that many local councils had cut their funding. This was the fate of the mobile library in my village, Westbury sub Mendip. So the parish council bought the old telephone box, and the residents added wooden shelves and donated their own books to fill it with. This kind of library works in a very simple way. There is no registration, no fees, and no fines. Anyone can take a book home, but they need to remember to either return it after finishing it or to replace it with another. You may be wondering what kind of books the phone box library stocks. Well, to begin with, there were mostly cookery books and children's books, but now the choice is much wider. You can find classic works of fiction, biographies, and some recently published blockbusters. From what I know, our phone box library was the first to be set up in the country, but it's certainly not the last. A few years ago, a resident of South London bought a cheap telephone box from British Telecom and renovated it using his own money and expertise. One of London's smallest libraries has been really successful. It has a large number of regular visitors. For many people, however, it's difficult to believe that micro-libraries function so well. The phone boxes are not vandalized, and the books are always returned. The exchange system operates on trust. I must say that in our community, where people know each other really well, there have been very few cases when a book was lost or not given back. In larger cities, the phone box libraries rely on the local community who step in from time to time when the libraries are vandalized or books stolen. Actually, the concept of trust is familiar to librarians all around the world, so phone box libraries are nothing unusual. I remember the words of Anne Bieter Hovland, who said that we have to believe in such projects because we want to give something to future generations. Our children and grandchildren assume that we will do things like this for them. But will they value reading more than we do? Perhaps mini libraries are a way to make it happen.